As usual, I'm not really sure what I want to talk about. Stuff's going on. I think about several things I might get into, and then it's like, I'm always like, oh, I have so much time to talk. I don't know. I was like, let's just hit the button, see what happens, start rolling. Like I said, it's a lot of changes, a lot of things that obviously things don't look the same in here on the set. It's just, oh, I hear this all the time now, all the time too. Pepperoni and sausage slice sold. I'm not there to make it though. At least they put it in the line, like they're supposed to, like when I am there. But that's pretty much what's been going on in my life the past like 4 weeks now or so. I've just been like taking on this new position at the strip club, and I'm taking it serious because the guy's like, I want this done. I'm like, well, guess what? It's gonna fucking be done. When I have a goal set in place and I see objectives that need to be done, I do it. I don't piddle. I don't waste my time. I do it, get it done. I came out here. I started doing this. I started doing so, and I'm sitting there thinking in my head, I'm like, God, it's like I put all this work and motivation towards building and doing stuff with my hands that I know I can do practically and help people out and do stuff and serve as a servant that I do. But I'm like, I want to serve as a servant and do the hard work. I need to sit here and do more stuff with audacity and this and that stuff and everything too. But I'm like, you know what? I just gotta keep going with the flow. I'm in a good environment. I'm in a good networking area. I just gotta keep up good personal relationships with the people here that I'm working with at the strip club, and just keep making appearances at Dungeons and Dragons, and keep interacting with those wonderful guys, and then just keep showing face, try to keep showing face downtown every once in a while. 'Cause it's been a while since like I really like been like being there on Monday nights and stuff like that, and it's just like, dude, I really got to start just maintain like I'm not going anywhere, and I'm not letting anyone think that, oh, well, there goes another one. That guy's going now. It's like, no, that guy is just like having a hard time getting settled in, and it's been almost a year, and I'm not settled in yet because this place has been a nightmare the entire freaking time I've been here, and I'm sick of it. So we're getting out of here at the end of the month. Got the U-Haul set up and everything. We're moving up north to a one-bedroom, 601 square foot. I got 3 months for free. It's only $855 a month. I mean, it's on the first floor. You can't beat it. I mean, it's more than what I need, and I'm gonna make it happen. I'm gonna try to. I was sitting here planning in my head. I'm gonna like try to like organize it and everything. It's just so nice, to finally feel like all the hard work and efforts I put into everything I've done throughout my whole life is finally amounting to at least I'm being able to like take care of things myself and stuff and situations. And of course, I'd love to be making a lot more, like these guys that I work with, or like make billions of dollars in the restaurants and stuff. It's like, yeah, but it's like, dude, I've never really had those opportunities. I've never had the money to start it. I've always gotten poor partnerships. I do get. It's like that has been like the story of my life. I always just meet with the person that I need to meet with like after they don't have money anymore. After this is already gone. Oh, they don't have this anymore, but now we got to try to do this, and then this doesn't happen, and it's just like it's like it's just been a series of like misfortune, unfortunate lies, manipulation, taken advantage of, just like people trying to make quick money and da da da. And it's just like I've just wanted something consistent, persistent my whole life, where it is just you know like I see all these guys who hardly fucking do nothing. You know what I mean? They make 40 this, 60 some dollars an hour, and it's like or more. You know what I mean? They make like make all these crazy deals and stuff like that. It's like, dude, I'm more fucking intelligent than these people. Why the fuck am I not making this kind of money? And it's like, I know that's not what I'm all about, and I don't need to be making all that kind of money, but it's like, you just want to find that right balance where it's like, I don't want to have to worry or stress about everything, but I won't be working myself to death either. And I want to be able to help others and whatnot. And so, like, that's the goal. It's like, I really need to find a way to try to get good windfall to help get the situation and the property and the environment I'd like to need to have to help grow and sustain a good community center. with people that can help other people that can't help other people, or that can't help themselves anyways, and other people that can help themselves but just need the help. And say, I want to get there. I want to get there. And I think it seems weird, but I really think I'm still on the right path of doing all that stuff. Yeah, I just have to keep getting up and going and doing what I have to do to get the jobs done that I need to do every day and make sure I'm on top of everything with Lucius and around here. And God just makes a way. He provides. You do the work, do the things you need to do. You know what I mean? And you don't focus on the things that you want. Like, I like to play video games, of course, but like, I've only played like a couple phone games on my phone here and there, like just like while you're like going to sleep, just to make myself go to sleep kind of thing while I'm listening to something stupid that I've already seen 1,000 times to just make me go to sleep. But like, what else? Marijuana, I smoke, but like, that's my cigarette. It just takes the edge off. I can live without it. Like, and that's another thing I was explaining. The wants that I do have, I can sacrifice them if I really, really have to. And I really don't have that many fucking wants. I like my leisure time, playing games when I can, and like, I really like love talking and bullshitting and just like expanding on ideas and trying to share ideas and stuff, which hopefully is going to be starting really soon too. Like me and my pastor are talking like again, and we haven't like actually talked yet, but like we've been texting, and one of the things we've been texting is talking about like we wanted to have this debate show before with the liberal, but he's fucking retarded. So we're just gonna start having our conversations like we used to have on the porch all the time, which is, hey, what's up, and we just talk, bullshit and say and do whatever, and however the spirit leads and the conversation leads, that's where it would go. And hopefully we get people to jump into the chats and the comments and stuff like that and see what's going on and get interested into the conversation that we're having. And maybe we get other guests on, that I have over here, in Austin. He can get other guests he has over there in Delaware to come on, and we can just talk and have conversations about things and just have like a group discussion chat about like just fun stuff, chill stream type level type stuff. Where we'll talk about music, we'll talk about comedy, we'll talk about wrestling, we'll talk about other sports, we'll talk about music, a lot about music, and I'm sure in different types of art. We'll talk about philosophy, we'll talk about just society in general, we'll talk about politics, we'll talk about global politics, we'll talk about just world economy type things, we'll talk about, but all of it always comes back to God because we obviously that's the center of everything. Like He is everything. It's just all interacts and works together in symbiotic fashions and ways, and it's just fun to explore and talk about. I think it just something just more and more content for people to get involved with and share and join the conversation on, ask questions, and hopefully seek answers in an earnest, way, and not just try to be manipulative and deceitful to people, spout propaganda and shit like that. Just looking for honest people, looking for honest questions and honest answers about, you know, what you know, what we're here for, what we're doing here. You know what I mean? What our purpose is. You know what I mean? And I know what my purpose is. My purpose is to serve, and that's what I want to do. And hopefully, maybe one day I'll get in with one of these guys and I'll meet somebody and they will give me a job doing voice acting or something. And then maybe there's an opportunity where we'll get some money, some info, and we'll get this property or something that we want out here or something. And boom, bam, bam, we could really help a lot of people. That'd be so amazing. I mean, I would love to see like shifts and changes of hearts and being like, hey, maybe I should turn this whole area. You know what I mean? Like if I can, if I can get people, it's like I don't. Some guy was like, you just want people to think like you do. It's like no. It's like I desire what God desires. You know what I mean? And I want. He gives you His desires when your will lines up with His will. And that's really more or less what I want. I want you to be you, but it's like you will see how much more rewarding life is once your will lines up with His will and you're just so much more fulfilled. It's like my desires are always filled. My needs are always fulfilled. I'm never. you know, without, you know what I mean? So what? I don't have a girlfriend or that's, it's like, I don't dwell or worry about these things. It's like, I always have the mindset of it will happen when it will happen. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. It's not my concern. And that's not to say it's like, oh, well, if you don't pursue, it's not gonna happen. Well, it's like I don't. If I don't find a necessary reason to even desire to want to pursue you, then I'm not going to. If it happens and it develops naturally, then cool. But I'm not forcing or making nothing happen. It's just maybe things are gonna happen organically, or they're just not gonna happen at all. It's all His will and His time. I just have to keep moving forward and doing what I know is right and help people out. What are you doing? Hey, you behind me? Or that me making noises on them papers? What are you doing? Are you hiding under the bed? Are you hiding? You're hiding right under the table. He's hiding right close to my daddy. So, and this, oh, and I have to be out of here by the 30th. I hope they don't pull no shit. Man, they made me sign this paperwork I did not want to sign. Trying to limit my free speech. It's like they committed a federal fucking offense. Like, legitimately. Trying to even offer what they offer to me. It's like, no. So I'm going to leave them an email right before I leave here, making sure they understand, like, look, I'm not paying for anything else. I paid my last month's rent. I'm out of here. I don't want you to trick me or try to con me into anything. You're not going to clean this place and say, oh, we're going to charge you cleaning. No, because I'm going to leave this place in better condition than you gave it to me. So don't even try to mess with me. I just want to leave here. And I even set it up and I said, look, it said 30 days. They have to give me 30 days, right? So it was like the second or the third or something when I suggested this or whatever. It was like third or fourth. So really, I could be here till the third or the fourth. You know what I mean? But I was like, I don't care. I just want to be out of here, and I don't want you to try to come up with some sort of sneaky reason to try to charge me again. So I will be out of here before the first, so you don't try to trick me or and try to like sneak one over on me. So hopefully the other place will let me move in before the first. If not, this I have to put all the stuff in a U-Haul on Tuesday, and then that Tuesday night take the U-Haul to work, and then Thursday morning take the U-Haul and unload the stuff, and then run the U-Haul back down and pick up my car. So it's going to be a new process, but uh, it's gonna be a lot of work and not a lot of sleep. Um, but it's got to be done. It's like that's the thing. And that's the thing. It's like just think about like your history and your where you come from. Like you're human. Do you understand like the levels of capabilities of things that we can freaking do? Just think about your ancestors and they just walk for freaking miles carrying stuff because not because they were military marines, because you didn't have a choice. That's what you fucking did. You know what I mean? This is just what you do. You do it. And every time you start to think, oh, well, I can't do it. Yes, you can. Dude, we can freaking move mountains with no problem. You just gotta understand. It's one stick at a time and the whole mountain move. You know what I mean? This is patience and persistence. God can do anything, and we can do anything through Him and with Him. Nothing is impossible. And it's like when somebody said, "What time do it?" It's like nothing's impossible. I can do anything, but I can't do everything. You know what I mean? It's like that's why we need each other to really help each other out, like see um, what we can do to help benefit, lean on each other, help each other out and stuff. I've got notes I was going to go over. I have my old notes still. I'm only on page like 42 of my old notes out of 122. Um, yeah, I think I ended on that one the last time before. Gentlemen can only put up with so much shit for so long. We're meant to protect the weak and innocent. When they start doing shit that endangers children and women and children and women, the time for niceties are over. You know, it's time to be a gentleman. There's time to be a fucking man. You know, they're liars, right? It's like we can. That's what I was. We can overcome to everything. Every time you're like, oh, you can't do. Yes, you can. Stop being lazy, people. Anyways, we know they're liars, right? WEF and all those organizations that say things that are obviously harmful, that always say that things that are obviously harmful are good things. Like it's like we know now they're all exposed. Like these notes were like over. It's like almost what was it? All like a year and a half ago now or more. And it's just like these are things I was saying then. It's like I know this stuff is going to be exposed more and more, and people are going to start seeing it. There's way too many of us awake now. I was talking to a dude on Spectrum yesterday, trying to redo my internet from here to the next place, and it it's just so many people. He's a guy that moved from New York to Florida because it's like people know and see what the hell's going on, dude. I'm hoping things really turn out for the best, and I hope that we're not, just getting the brightest before we burst type thing. But next note is outside the norm. That's what queer means. I remember the definition being quite different. It doesn't mean get like people are so stupid. It just means you're not normal. I mean, it's just outside the norm. It's just a little awkward, a little weird. That's a little queer, isn't it? That's a little odd. That's a little off. That's a little weird. That's a little queer. It's like people. I don't know why they want to change words and shit all the time and stuff. Even though I talk about like how like the N word should be just used like in normal um, um, conversation. Like I said, it shouldn't be used obviously all the time. It's in context when it matters and when it makes sense, and when you're obviously describing somebody that has very very poor behavior. I mean, we had all this figured out in the '90s, folks. From Chris Rock to George Carlin, Richard Pryor to Ralphie May to Bernie Mac. Like we from the '70s to the '90s, we figured it out, and why everybody wanted to destroy and ruin everything and make it so everybody's offended by everything and nobody can say anything and everybody's racist if you're white. It's just so fucking stupid. It's just so fucking stupid. Get the fuck over yourselves. Transcend the bullshit. Alright, send notifications. Um, but sometimes I try to remember why. I think I saw that video and yeah, it makes sense now. Things could have been a lot different if I heard that PragerU thing when I was young and impressionable. Especially if I grew up in these times, good chance I would have cut off my wiener. Like I was already confused, like in my late teens and stuff like that, and like thinking I was more part of this hedonistic, culture and everything, and wanted to be bi or gay or this or that or da 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 and stupid shit. And I knew I didn't think like other guys either. You know what I mean? So it's like, because obviously that's all I think about is conversations. And figure you that there's commercials or whatever, and like it was like, oh, there's a study, and it's a common study. The teacher asked the students in the class to be quiet for 5 minutes, and then after 5 minutes, they'll go around and we'll talk about everything that you were thinking about for those 5 minutes. And all the guys, majority wise, usually all they were thinking about was either sex or some sort of activity, sporting activity or something like that. Where girls are usually thinking about conversations or past conversations or future conversations they intend to have. And I was just like, oh my God, what does that fucking make me, dude? Because I don't, like, I can think about those things when I'm trying to think of practical, logical things or putting things together and da 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 da. Or like when it comes to like desire things and whatnot. But usually, I'm doing what they claimed that the girls are doing, and that would have made me much more confused when I was younger. Oh, so I do think like a girl, you know? But it's like no, it's just like there's like every once in a while you have guys that you're just more than a doer. You just happen to be a thinker and philosopher on top of things as well. You know, you happen to be an observer and someone who like tries to like point things out to people and like notice the changes of things and how and why people act and interact the way they do. It's just different people's brains work differently. I mean, obviously men's brains work differently than women's, but there's obviously crossovers. There's obviously, you know, like that's how we all understand each other. That's how we're able to understand each other because we can listen and reason and observe and see and understand. You know, it's like, uh, the level of ignorance for people is just so mind blowing. Hard to trust anyone anymore, but I still want to. And that's where I'll end it here. The next one is Blessed to Know the Rowdy one. I thought that was awesome. You know, it's really cool that you know Hinchcliffe got to really got to know a really good dude before he passed away that had a really great life and did really a lot of good stuff. You know, he had a heart. He for the business he did a lot of good stuff, and then you could just see his heart and his change and like how much he like his eyes opened up and his heart opened up and how much he could he was such a great example like in his ending podcast and stuff about like being forgiving and like you know looking back and you know regretting you know some of his actions and stuff and but not just regretting them but making amends for them and going out of the way to look the people down and apologize for his behavior and stuff like he just I think it's really awesome that he got to know him before he passed away. You know, you got to see him recognize God is real. But yeah, it's hard to trust anyone anymore, but I still really want to. You know, people are gonna let you down. It is what it is. Thank you for your time, and patience with me. God bless. I'm gonna shoot another one.